What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for your Twitter reactions to Celtic 3, Real Betis 2 here at Celtic Park tonight. We will start with Jordan Devlin. Really helped put the mind at ease. Some of our fringe players proving they can be good enough. Sean and Urhoghide standouts for me. Abada had a great game and Scales impressed too. Hopefully Kyogo isn't a bad one and just a tweak, but Scott Bain isn't good enough for us. I was impressed with the fringe players tonight. When I seen the team, I was a little bit worried before the game, need to be honest. I think a lot of people were as well, but we were really good, and the thing that really stood out is that the team has a clear identity. A lot of these guys haven't had a lot of minutes in the first team this season, but you see the same patterns, you see the same approach, and that is a sign of how well coached they are. It's a sign of the work that Ange Postecoglou is doing, and that's really, really encouraging for me. And the other thing I like to that is that these players are engaged. None of them tonight, you thought, because of being in the fringes, didn't want to contribute, didn't want to give everything for the collective cause tonight. I thought they did really well. It was an open game at times, particularly in that second half. Goals and chances at both ends, but I thought we did really well, and to get a win, to finish on 9 points in what was a tough group, is credit to the team. Connor Turk, impressive from a B team. Urhoghide was absolutely immense from start to finish, and look forward to seeing him again. Mikey should have made it 4 at the end, though he played his part well, bar that, and the subs won the game, unlike the Leverkusen game. I thought the subs tonight, it's kind of flipped in its head for the Leverkusen game, where it's the regular first team starters that are coming off the bench later in the game. As I say, the last 30 minutes was like a basketball game, end-to-end chances everywhere. We should have had 4, maybe 5, but Betis had lots and lots of chances as well. I think we did tire towards the end. That's probably a reflection of the fact that a lot of the guys starting tonight don't have a lot of game time, they don't have minutes in their legs. I think McCarthy, Scales, maybe Urhoghide as well looked dead on their feet towards the end, but we held out to get 3 points, even with the 9 minutes added time, so we did really, really well tonight. And I think Betis probably had more regular starters in their lineup tonight than we did. Okay, they didn't have a full strength team out, but I think they probably had 3 or 4 of their first choice players in there, and we had none, so we did really, really well. Hoops Lad 67, weird game, lineup, injuries and atmosphere. Weird bringing on Kyogo, weird taking a lead in Europe and ending up winning. Some good performances though, even though everyone's fallen like 10 pins. Overall decent performance tonight, but would have liked to qualify. The injuries are a worry. There's absolutely no getting away from the fact that the injuries are a worry. Ayeti, again, who hasn't played a lot this season, pulls up with a hamstring injury. And Kyogo comes on and he's only got one gear. Kyogo Furuhashi, 100 miles an hour all the time. He picks up a knock. I hope it isn't a bad one. Abada was down after he got fouled for the penalty. He looked as if he was carrying a knock after that. McCarthy at a point in the game was really struggling, so the injuries are a real problem for us. We've got to hope that Kyogo's alright for the weekend. A lot of people questioning tonight, why would you even bring Kyogo on into the game? He was the only out and out striker on the bench. I know we ended up with Johnson up front, and then Abada led the line towards the end, and that could have happened at any point in the game. It just so happened that when Ayeti went off, there was still 70 minutes to play, so the manager opted for Kyogo. You can understand why he did that, but you had that sneaky feeling that in a meaningless game, the main man might pick up a knock, and that was what happened. Let's hope it's not a serious one. Kevin McLaughlin, great result, but at what cost? If Kyogo was out for a few games with Jota already missing, we could be in for Europa in December. And saying that, several players have shown they can be relied upon tonight. Shaw, Urhoghide and Scales all done really well. Shaw and Urhoghide been singled out a lot for praise. I was impressed by Liam Shaw tonight. I think Urhoghide, you can still see he's a bit raw. Certainly not a right back by the looks of things. He's got centre half attributes for me. Carrying the ball forward, he made some poor passing decisions, but his defending seems really good. He's aggressive. As I say, Shaw really good. Scales did well again. I don't know if he was quite man of the match. He did get the sponsor in the stadium, but he did well. And I think there was a lot of encouraging performances for those guys who haven't had a lot of minutes this season. We'll finish tonight with Gazaniga 88. Very enjoyable game and impressive result. But will any of those fringe players who started kick on and become an integral part of this Celtic team? I think not. It's difficult for them. It's difficult for guys who are on the fringes, who don't get a lot of playing time to play their way into the team, because the fact is the first choice 11, the guys who have played for most of this season, have been really consistent. The team is in a great run of consistency just now, even in all competitions. I think the only defeats recently have come to Bayer Leverkusen. The team have been doing really well, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing that these fringe players can't get in, because it means the guys ahead of them are playing really well. When are we likely to see them again? Maybe in the Scottish Cup against Alloa in January. I don't know, but I'm just pleased that they looked like they were engaged. They looked like they wanted to give everything tonight, and they took on the instructions of the manager. You could see that everyone has clear instructions. Everyone knows what their job is. And as I say, that's a sign of a well-coached team, and that is the most encouraging thing for me. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you at the weekend for the build-up to that game here against Motherwell. Cheers.